So, Lightworkers, how do you know if you're ready to step out? Step out with your work. How do you know if you're capable with the abilities that you have to be able to help other people, to express who you are, whether it's your spiritual growth work, your healing work, your intuitive work, your expressive work, your music, your art, your projects. And one of the themes, collective themes that I find for many of us is that we get stuck in this loop of not feeling ready. Am I ready to do my work? And I've been stuck in this for many years when I was running the college, and I didn't even know what I truly wanted underneath. And this is some of the elements that I want to speak about today as well, is looking out for the signs of showing you that you are ready, because the universe is incredibly clever and subtly showing us if we can be open to even seeing the signs, because if we're not, our awareness is just going to look over them and then look back in hindsight and realize, wow, there it was staring me right in the face and I was looking in the other direction. So the first thing, as always, to recognize is that the shadow is teaching us, it's showing us something beautiful. And when I was running the college for many years, so I was holding space for other facilitators to come in, other amazing souls to come in, shine their light, express their truth. And this was going on for about 5 years. So I've been doing this for 10 years. And about 4 or 5 years in, and I've been doing my work here and there, you know, I was like doing some healing. I was feeling a bit lost about what I wanted to do myself. And about 4 or 5 years in, I started to shift from watching the facilitators and in terms of listening to their content and starting to watch them, I started to observe them. And this is the biggest shift that starts to occur when you attend workshops, experiences, or whatever it is. And I'm speaking more here in terms of spiritual light work, in terms of like holding spaces, workshops, retreats, sessions, just for now. What happens is that when there's a shift from the content to the facilitator, and you're starting to observe them and starting to wonder whether you can do this, starting to assess them, and starting to judge as well, because there's parts of you that want to express, and if you're denying, it usually comes through the judgments. And this is nothing to be ashamed of, this is quite a natural process. It's just showing that you want to do something, that you possibly could bring in something in a different way. And of course, this is the fundamental truth and principle behind all of this, is that each person, each of us, each of you is able to bring through whatever it is that you're here to bring in any single moment, in a unique way. And that alone is shifting consciousness. That alone is important enough to recognize, because one of the many reasons that lightworkers hold themselves back is they feel that there are already enough healers in the world, there are already enough psychics, there are already enough workshop leaders, there are already enough project leaders, people doing this same thing, this same project. And when we think like that, we're looking at things from a very linear perspective, and we're also looking at things from a very scarcity perspective, because abundance consciousness, which is a true consciousness, is recognizing that every single expression is not only valid, is absolutely essential, because you have a unique way of translating reality through the prism of your consciousness. That as you do so, you allow this expression into the world, and the people who resonate with your particular language, with your particular frequency, your vibration, in the way that you're carrying out your manifestation, are needing that. Consciousness, greater consciousness, mass consciousness is needing your particular vibration. That's why you're here. You're not here by accident. You didn't just drop out and fall off your mothership and misstep and just land on planet Earth. You've been chosen to be here. You've been handpicked to be here. And when I talk like this, I'm not trying to feed the ego. I'm speaking about a truth. This is to recognize that you're special. It's not to say that you're more special than another. This is a paradox, is that we're each uniquely special, equally. If we can get our head around that. The mind is built, conditioned by hierarchy. So we're just deprogramming a lot of that. But it's important to recognize your specialness, because if you don't, you want access to the incredible gifts that are available to bring them into the world. This is something I had to train myself to really believe that I'm here to bring something special, unique. And even if you know this, depending on your level of self-esteem, there's still many, many reasons, that many factors that will hold you back. And this is what I've been in quite an extreme place with this, and I'm still working through it, and this is why I'm making these videos. And it's a process. So recognizing the shadow as how you're looking at others. Maybe you're looking at me and starting to judge and analyze and criticize, or be inspired, or feeling like I want to do this. All of it is beautiful. Use it as a trigger point. Maybe you want to express through video, maybe you want to write, maybe you want to lead things. And so we'll look at that, because that's showing you the natural pure emotion that's underneath, the driving force. The key is not to get stuck in that, which many of us do. We get stuck in that and we keep going back to those experiences because of our defining idea that we are inferior in some way. And that's why we keep going back and we keep staying stuck. Is there a place that you need to get to in order to teach, in order to facilitate, in order to lead? I would say life is a continual learning experience. I'm continually going to workshops and experiences. There was a time that I didn't go do this, and this was during that time. I broke out of it because I was caught up in it for too long. And then I started to share, I started to express from where I was. I wasn't enlightened, I hadn't got anywhere. I was still going through a lot of stuff. And one of the things at the beginning was that I ended up trying to prove myself by showing that I had got somewhere, because I felt so inferior. So when I first started teaching and facilitating, it had an energy of really trying to prove myself desperately for validation. And we all need validation. I need validation. I need your likes. I need your comments. It's just being aware of this, not being driven by it, you know. And that neediness inside is something that we're always meeting. Yet, at the beginning, because it's more unconscious, bizarrely, or pretending it's not there because we're trying to be someone, we're trying to live up to a role. This is one of the most amazing things about the time that you're living in right now, is that we're breaking down the roles of what a spiritual teacher, facilitator means, what it means to be this particular person. We're realizing that we're here to experience being flawed. So you don't need to get anywhere emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. You don't need to, get to this incredible state before you start sharing who you are. Sharing who you are authentically is going to help others on an incredible level. Think about it this way. When you're with your friends and you're speaking about, you're having a conversation to help them out. You're helping them out just by sharing. And so we need to really understand that teaching and sharing is literally sharing from where we're at. That alone can inspire others. I'm always going through stuff. I didn't share about that for quite a while because I was trying to live up to a spiritual teacher idea. And so this whole vulnerability expression side that I'm sharing now has come because of a whole breakdown of that role. And I'm sharing this all as well, so you don't need to go down the same route that I went of creating that role, because it's severely limiting. When we try to create that role of being this amazing teacher, we severely limit who we are. We say that all of my flaws are not valid and I can't show them to the world. And then we end up being deeply ashamed for having them. And this is one of the things I noticed as I was running the college, is that as I met these speakers and facilitators, incredible, big, huge leaders in the field, I saw them behind the scenes and realized, wow, these guys are just as human as me. They got the same shit going on. And I guess one of the things with the older wave or generation, it's not really a specific set of people, it's more like a paradigm of consciousness, was that a lot of teachings were displayed, portrayed to the world without showing one's dark side. So a lot of content was shared talking about the dark side, but not speaking about those individuals, weren't speaking about them having a dark side. It was still there, because even that consciousness is still trying to show the mastery of every truth. And this is an eon long energy, where it relates to the guru energy, where something has been mastered and it's displayed to the students. There is a hierarchy going on here, and within that hierarchy, it's not to say it's good or bad, it's just the way that we've experienced reality within this hierarchy is the idea that I have something to teach you and you have something to learn from me, whereas rather than this whole essence of empowerment where we're all learning together and we're sharing and leading one another, we're guiding one another, we're leaders and we're followers, we're both, and depending on what we need in different areas. And so the other extreme of this is where we go into this idea that we are all masters and we forget that we need to learn as well. It's just finding this balance, dancing between. I also moved into this where I felt that I didn't need to learn from anybody anymore. And what happens from this is that, as humble as I thought I got, and I'm going to get into this whole thing about humility in another video, I was also harbouring this idea that I had nothing to learn from anyone, which is actually secretly arrogant. And what it does as well, it prevents us from actually learning and experiencing. So that was another one to shift as well. So what I'm saying here is that if you can open to be yourself, who you are right now, is someone magnificent and someone that has so much to share and offer to this world simply through your vibration of who you are. And being that, knowing that, allows you to move into a place with more of a conviction that you have something to share, yet also this openness and flexibility that you're also learning. Again, the vulnerability allows us to keep ourselves in check when we call it out as we're sharing and speaking. There's nothing you need to live up to. There's no certificate that you need to receive before you can start offering your work. So the biggest assistance that I've been able to provide Lightworkers is showing them that they are ready. Now, it's my validity for them that they've been seeking at some level. So let me share it to you here. You are ready. You are ready to do your work. You are ready. And these words aren't really coming from me, they're coming from the universe, they're coming from consciousness. If you're listening to this, you're listening to it for a reason. You're ready to step up to a new level. You're ready to embrace whatever it is that you wish to manifest on this realm. You're ready to value yourself far greater. And we need you. We need you to express your work. It doesn't matter if there's 1 million healers on the planet. We need 1 billion. We need 7 billion. We need as many as we can. This shift in consciousness is moving into a whole new wave, and we need everyone to step up and do their work. You may not be doing healing or facilitation in that way. It may just, it may be you wanting to follow your path. It's not just following your path, it's like the ultimate thing. You may want to follow your dreams. You may want to be a DJ. You may want to, build a cafe and serve health conscious food. It's all about following your joy and knowing that you're ready to embrace this because it's a desire, and knowing that you'll be supported as you do this. And there are themes that we go through collectively regardless of the work that we experience, and this is what this video series is about. So coming up to 15 minutes, I'm trying to keep these under that time, and yeah, this is a little hello from Pai in Thailand. You can hear the chickens around. And yeah, Lightworkers, star seeds, empaths, soul family. I love that I'm living in a time where I can connect and be around so many incredible souls who've come here, ancient soul family. I'd love to meet all of my soul family. This is my main drive, one of my passions. And maybe I'll build a community one day, a real life one. And there are many being built around the world. And this is the thing, it's like you can never have enough of anything. So follow your dreams and know that you're supported. And know that we believe in you, know that we are supporting you energetically, whether you can feel us or not, your soul family in this world as well as your soul family on the other side of the veil.